Welcome to the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce Chamber Vibes podcast. It feels a little bit weird saying this again this morning because Foster and I just recorded another podcast. So we're just going to be repeating some of the same stuff, but that's all right. We mentioned earlier our PACE ribbon cutting that's coming up next Wednesday, August 9th. And PACE, for anyone who is unfamiliar, stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. And there is a new at-home care option for Bedford residents. It is going to be based out of the Centra Bedford Adult Day Center. And next Wednesday, August 9th, from 2 to 7, they're going to do an open house, lots of food and celebrating, and then we're going to do a ribbon cutting at 4 o'clock. So if you would like to come out to that, you don't have to RSVP or anything like that for the ribbon cutting. The last I heard, they were asking for you to RSVP if you were planning to come for the open house later in the day, because they're going to have a full dinner after the ribbon cutting. It's going to be crazy.
They're going all out for it.
Yes, so we have, I believe the RSVP phone number and email address is listed on our website, but it's not a huge deal, if they're just trying to get a rough idea of how many people are going to be there.
Come for the ribbon cutting and stay for dinner.
Exactly. So it's going to be Wednesday, August 9th. We're going to do the ribbon cutting at 4 o'clock, but they will start their open house at 2 o'clock that day. The other thing that we have been talking about for weeks and weeks now is our Taste of Bedford Business Expo and Community Showcase. The registration for exhibitors is closing on August 3rd, which is tomorrow. We do still have space for exhibitors, nonprofits, businesses, anyone who would like to come and set up a booth. We do have the space available. The event is going to be on Thursday, August 17th at the Bedford YMCA, and that event will be open to the public. I feel like we talk about it more so towards the business community, but this is a community event as well. So any community members are able to walk through that event the day of.
Yep, and it's a great way to get to know the people that serve you locally, get to know options that you may not have known existed in our community, and just kind of engage with the people who live and work here as well. So if you're looking for a job, we have all of our exhibitors that are hiring will be marked. We'll have plenty of games for kids. There'll be plenty of giveaways and such. And it's going to be a really great time. So you should definitely come through. It opens to the public at 3 o'clock. And from 5 to 7, we'll have the True Taste, during which breweries, caterers, restaurants, etc. in our area will give away samples to the public. And then you can vote on your favorite fare. So yeah, it'll be awesome. And it's going to be a professional trade show setup. So we're going to have booth awards. It's going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event. And after that event is our largest event and fundraiser of the year, which is our annual gala, also at times referred to as our annual dinner. So if you hear gala or dinner, it's the same thing. But it's going to be on September 14th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Cedar Oaks Farm. We had the event at Cedar Oaks last year, and it was a wonderful turnout. It's a beautiful property.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just thrilled to be able to host it there again this year. We'll have dinner there provided by Blackwater Creek Catering. We will have silent auction, cash bar, 50/50 raffle, and we will be announcing for the first time the winners of our Excellence in Business Awards for this year. So we have several different categories. We have Large Business of the Year, Small Business of the Year, Agribusiness of the Year, Nonprofit Organization of the Year, Citizen of the Year, and Rising Star, which is a business that has been around for 2 years or less. So those businesses who were nominated, we talked about the nomination process on the podcast. The businesses and organizations and people who were nominated for that, they're currently going through the selection process, and we will be able to announce the finalists for those awards very, very soon.
Yep. Hopefully by this Friday. Well,
Yes.
the finalists at least.
Yes. So we're excited for that, and we will be announcing the winners for the first time at the gala. So right now on our website, bedfordareachamber.com, you can purchase an individual seat, or you or your business can get a table which seats 8 individuals. So the registration for that is going to be available until August 25th. We were very close to selling out last year, so this is not the event that I would wait around to get my seat for.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend getting your seat sooner rather than later, just in case we do run out of space for it. We have tons and tons of events and things going on between now and the end of the year. We have all of our events listed on our website under the News and Events tab. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to send us an email or give us a call. But we don't go through all of them during the podcast because it would take up the entire podcast time.
It would.
So,
It definitely would.
So I will turn it over to Foster so we can get to the exciting portion of the show for today.
Yes. Well, we have an awesome guest with us. And I just want to say good morning and welcome to Scotty Hartman with Good Samaritan Hospice.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming all the way down here.
It was a drive, but I enjoyed every minute of it. It's a part of our service area, so it was a great drive on this morning, that's for sure.
Well, awesome. So before we get into the questions, can you just tell us a little bit about your background and about your business's background?
Absolutely. Well, I am born and raised here in Southwest Virginia, product of Salem. So they let us out of the 24153 every once in a while. So we're so glad to be here in Bedford. I graduated from Roanoke College, spent the first 27 years of my career in long-term health care.
Okay.
And all through that time period, Good Samaritan was a part of our community relationship and such a valuable partner. But my relationship with Good Sam even goes back further than that, because my own father was one of the first Good Samaritan hospice patients back in 1992.
Wow.
So Good Sam has always been my first love. So when a wonderful opportunity came open at Good Samaritan, they contacted me and asked me to come in and talk. And I just felt like it was just the direction that life was leading me. And it's been such a blessing to have been there. I'm in my second year at Good Samaritan Hospice.
Oh, wow.
Good Sam was founded in 1992. We are the only community-based nonprofit hospice in the area, which is just lovely because it allows us to care for all of those who need our services, regardless of their ability to pay. So we do have our traditional hospice services, palliative care, and we also are in the process of building our Center for Caring, which is going to be the only freestanding hospice house in the region. We're going to have 16 beds for that. So many exciting things going on. I have an exceptional leadership team and a dynamite CEO. His name is Aaron Hausch.
Well, awesome. I feel like we just got an amazing rundown.
Yeah, I love to talk about it. You can tell.
Yes, you have your elevator pitch down pat for sure.
Thanks.
Well, awesome. So tell me a little bit about can you tell me a little bit about the founding of it? And I expect that there was something that was identified as a need, and you guys have felt that need.
Absolutely. When people are facing the disease process, when they know that life is ending usually within 6 months or less, there was just a need for people who no longer are seeking curative treatment to be able to own that time with their families, to be able to have pain controlled and anxiety controlled. And the founder, Sue Ranson, and her just loyal followers decided to start Good Samaritan Hospice, and they built it on a dream. It was a complete leap of faith, and immediately caught on because it just meets people where they are and allows people to really own that time with their families and to spend quality time rather than pursuing, a lot of the things that can go along with that might make them in the long term feel worse. So hospice is about meeting people where they are, about spending time, about mending relationships, and even experiencing some firsts that they have always wanted to do with their family. So there's a very happy and bright side to it as well.
That is really beautiful. That's a great philosophy to we always talk about organizations that start with a mission and then it just builds them as an organization. It's just a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, it's amazing, from what it's grown into. I think at the beginning it was, a handful of patients, of course, which it started. And we have now served thousands and thousands of people
Wow.
over these 30 years and into our fourth decade. So it's our mission. Everyone that's there, that's what keeps us coming back day after day, or just to know the difference that it makes in the community.
Yeah, that's really amazing. So you said that you serve people regardless of their ability to pay. Can you talk a little bit about that process?
Absolutely. The hospice is typically driven by Medicare. We all, are centered around that, in long-term health care and in hospice care. We accept Medicare and also private insurances and Medicaid.
Gotcha.
But also sometimes people are in a situation where they might not have the ability to be covered by insurance for whatever reason. And so because we are community-based and nonprofit, we realize that everyone should have the same opportunities and access to our care. So we are able, through our benevolence, to go ahead and take care of those people too, no questions asked. So
That's amazing.
we're honored to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And another thing too I wanted to mention is hospice can occur wherever home is. And home can be in someone's private residence, in an assisted living facility or nursing facility. Anywhere someone is where we can meet and have care needs for them met.
That's excellent. Well, what are some services? You mentioned a couple of them that Good Sam provides.
Absolutely. Hospice care is, our traditional end of life care where we're doing pain management, arranging for families to spend quality time together, control medicine, control anxiety. So that is definitely the heart of our mission. A leap of faith again during COVID, we started our palliative care program, which has just been remarkable. What palliative care is, it manages people and helps them endure earlier in their disease processes. So that way it's another set of eyes and ears and hands taking care of them, but they're not quite ready for hospice care yet. They still might be seeking curative treatment. Sometimes they still might be in a rehab facility, getting over a fracture or an illness there. And it's just another layer of care and service that we're able to provide. And it's also a natural flow, as things change, into our hospice program. But for both of those, we also have social workers and counselors. We also have a wonderful spiritual care team. And also we have integrative therapies for people that still would like to have some physical therapy, occupational therapy, just to maximize, all of the attributes that they still have going for them. Really thankful for that. And we also have music therapy and a wonderful set of volunteers that can come and do, wonderful programs as well. So it's a holistic approach to both palliative and hospice care. And all of that too will be a culmination of our Center for Caring for those that really need another level of care that aren't able to remain in their own homes for right now.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Good Sam keeps expanding in my mind.
We do. We have, our office in Roanoke, which covers this area in Bedford. It's a 50-mile radius, and also another office in the New River Valley.
Oh, wow.
And we're also always looking for other communities that we can serve. So a lot going on for sure. We keep growing.
Yeah. You guys sound like you have a lot. Do you have a lot of full-time employees or predominantly volunteers?
We do. We have over 100 full-time employees. Most of those are our clinical staff and then support staff as well. We have a wonderful administrative leadership staff in both offices too. And then we have also almost 100 volunteers, which is amazing.
Wow, that is amazing.
And those are folks that are out with our patients, spending time with them. But we also have some volunteer specialists that do pet therapy, which is wonderful, for our folks, especially in facilities. And also those that come in and help us in the office, because we go through a lot of folders and papers.
Sure.
And so we utilize our volunteers in many ways. And one thing that I think that I wanted to touch on, especially being here in the heart of Bedford, is we have a wonderful veterans program that we do too. And many of our volunteers specialize in that program, and it's how we honor veterans and, make sure that we always always decorate with flags and honor those service members. Everyone that comes onto our service has a blanket for their particular branch of service. And
Awesome.
we just really pride ourselves on our volunteers. So I saw all the Bedford boys on my way in, all the stuff, and it just warmed my heart and wanted to mention that too.
Well, that's beautiful. It sounds like you guys take care of people in a lot of different ways. And you personally, you sound very upbeat and joyful in talking about some of the things that I think people are often daunted by or only feel grief for. So I think it's it all culminates in my mind as, like a very distinctive way of doing business.
Oh gosh, thanks, Foster. I tell you, it really is, because people will say, when you work in hospice, oh, it must be so sad. And we always say, no, it's heavy. It's a heavy responsibility to respond to people at this time in their life, but it's also so incredibly gratifying. One particular instance comes to mind. We had a gentleman that all he wanted was to get out of the hospital and to be able to go home to his model trains, which he built and painted. And he was a cardiac patient who had not been able to have a country ham biscuit in 14 years.
Oh my gosh.
And all he wanted to do was walk in his house on his own 2 feet and get a country ham biscuit. And we were able to do that. We got him 2 biscuits, and he is still under care. And, he knows, that what is going to face him, but he is owning that time and to be there with his family and his loved ones, and for him to be empowered to, again, call the shots about his life. That's what keeps us coming back for more and just more opportunities to try and help everyone. So we're just so proud of those stories, and we hear them every day.
That is so beautiful. It gave me goosebumps a little bit.
Oh
my gosh.
I talk about it too. And another one just comes to mind too. There was one man, it's hay cutting season, and one man wanted to ride his tractor in his field. And so up he went onto his tractor to get at that hay. His oxygen tank went up with him.
Oh my gosh.
But that was what he wanted to do, was to be on his land and to have that opportunity. And so we're able to be the ones who get to say yes. And we love that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is genuinely
I could talk all day about it, but y'all don't.
Well, we've talked a little bit about the Center for Caring, but can you just give me the scoop on it?
Absolutely. We've been really fortunate, especially the past couple weeks, to get a lot of media coverage about our Center for Caring. We are in the process of our capital campaign with a goal of $5 million. We have now passed our halfway mark for that, because we got the largest grant ever in the history of the Community Foundation serving Southwest Virginia. They gave us a $500,000 grant towards our project.
Wow.
And so that just gives you a little bit of an idea of how much community support there is for our Center for Caring. What it is Good Sam will always do our home-based hospice and palliative care, but there is a real need for a hospice house in this region. And basically, the way to describe it, it's almost like a hospice hospital. It's for those that are in the hospital that can't safely return home, that need clinical intervention. So it's a place for them to come. And so the hospitals, we partner with them to have people have a place to go. So that way they can still be surrounded by this wonderful home-like environment that we're creating, but with all of that support in place. And it's going to be 16-bed unit scheduled to open late in 2024. And each of the bedrooms has the ability for family to be there with their loved one, has couches, a kitchen is a part of the setup. It's around the central living room. And it's a place for people to be able to be together who can't be home right now. It's wonderful for those instances. It will also serve as a respite area for people that, their caregivers might need a little break. And that does happen, because caregiver breakdown is a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
And that way they can come and stay with us at our Center for Caring for a week or two while the family recharges, and then everyone can get back together. And then sometimes there are situations that just need a helping hand in terms of being impatient. You think about someone that might be a parent of a young child who might be facing a hospice situation. And that way the family can still be together, but the loved one's not there in the home should they pass. And it avoids that situation for the young children. So it's answering a very real need for what needs to take place. So we're just honored that we're the first to do it. We look forward to all the partnerships that it's going to bring, but the hospitals are so eager for us to have that. And
I'm sure,
such wonderful relationships with the area hospitals, and it's going to be a great thing. So it's going to be on Cove Road, just off Peters Creek Road in Roanoke. And the beautiful thing about it is that it is conveniently located right next to 81. And so it's going to be able to serve as a resource for this entire region.
Amazing.
So we're really excited about that. So, the cement is poured, the building's framed up. Our leadership team is actually going out this afternoon to tour it, and we're going to write blessings on the walls before they're sealed up. So our prayers and good thoughts are going to be a part of that permanent building. So we're really excited about that.
That is awesome.
We've all packed our hard hats and tennis shoes and boots so weird today, but it's just going to be a remarkable and just such a blessed place. And it's going to be our administrative headquarters is going to be on one side of it. So
Awesome.
we'll still continue to do all of the good work of our hospice. This is going to be a brand new home for us to do that. So we're going to have a big, ribbon cutting when it's time.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. So we'll be sending out lots of invitations to your listeners and everybody. We want a big crowd when that happens.
Well, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
And I think a huge theme of Good Sam as well is not only taking care of the individual, but taking care of families. And that is amazing. It's really amazing to hear for the Center of Care. That's a big part of it as well.
It is. There's so many things that set Good Sam apart. And part of that is our care for the families of the patient as well, because that doesn't stop once their loved one's life comes to an end. We have a wonderful bereavement program that goes on for at least 13 months after their loved one has passed. And we have some sacred events that we invite them to, but we also have this wonderful ongoing grief support and just wonderful creative things like grief through art, grief through music that really meet people where they are and just offer them support. And as well, we have a 24/7 on-call availability at Good Sam. And even for someone who's going through grief, there's someone to call, that if they're just having an especially rough time, we're available to them. So it just makes us so proud that we're able to offer that. So, and we love for our families to come back and visit. And most of our volunteers have had a hospice experience with us.
Oh, wow.
And so that inspires them to come and want to volunteer. Yeah. So it's great that we get to stay in touch that way.
That is really amazing. So you talked a little bit about the capital campaign. Can you tell me a little bit how that's going? Are you still looking for more donations?
Oh, we love donations. You can go to goodsam.care right now and donate if you would like. Now, I tell you, we cherish all gifts. We are very fortunate that we are in great financial health at Good Sam and able to expand. But we also have our capital campaign going to help us meet that goal because we are a nonprofit. Our goal for our capital campaign is $5 million, and we're at 2.6 right now.
Oh, wow.
Had an amazingly generous lead gift from the Maury Strauss family of $1 million, which kicked it off. And so many people are contributing to that. And one of the, I think, most precious things about our capital campaign is the fact that we have a My Mission campaign, which is the staff and employees of Good Sam who contribute every pay period towards the Center for Caring.
Wow.
And so many of us are donors as well as employees there. And it will come. It's always been a leap of faith at Good Sam from the moment Sue Ranson took that leap as our founder till now through Aaron, our CEO, and our board of directors. It's coming in. And just to see it rise up out of the ground is just a dream come true. So we're so thankful. So any gift that is made is cherished regardless of size. But we're really excited, especially about the huge grant that we received recently.
Yeah.
It's garnered a lot of good attention, and just the fact that was because of leaders in the Roanoke Valley realizing the momentous need for this Center for Caring. So we are just blessed beyond measure and continue to be so appreciative.
That's amazing. Well, I feel like this has been amazing. The podcast is my favorite part of my week because I just get to know so many people and organizations in our area that I didn't know about before. And Good Sam seems like a force. For sure.
Thank you for saying that. We feel that way. And it's just the sum of all of our parts. We have an amazing team. And I also wanted to mention we have a fantastic medical director, Dr. Jennifer Easterday, who is just dedicated her life to end-of-life care. And she is an employee of Good Sam. And so her heart models all of our care hearts. And so it's a remarkable place. And obviously I love talking about it. So I'm so glad to share it with you guys.
Well, if people want to get in touch with you and learn more about Good Sam, whether it be for them or a loved one, what would be the best way to do so?
Oh, sure. We have our wonderful website, which is goodsam.care,
Mm-hmm.
or you can call our office and it's 540-776-0198. There is someone there who will answer 24/7, can get in touch with all of us. I might be a little sleepy at 3 a.m., but I will call you back. But there's always someone there to guide the way and to get in touch, with what's needed. So we would love it if people just want to learn more about it. It's a great tour through our website, and it's also going to be showing progress of Center for Caring as it's being built. So it's a neat thing to just check out.
Yeah.
So we're really proud of it.
Well, awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Oh my gosh. Like I said, I could just go on and on, but just a heartfelt thank you from all of us for all of the community support that Good Sam continues to receive. And just if there's any way that we can help improve life for your loved one, please call us. It would be our honor to try and help.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you for having me.
Yeah, of course. This has been awesome. Like Foster said, this is one of our favorite parts of the week because we just get to learn so much about the different businesses. Even our board member who was here before you recording, there was so much about his business that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And, that's someone that we see on a monthly basis. So you can imagine people that we really are not familiar with, we really don't know much about their business. So
Sure. And with hospice, it's not really something you learn a lot about till you need it.
Right.
Yeah.
But one other thing that just came to mind really quickly is we also have a lot of our patients when they travel with their families. We partner with hospices wherever they're traveling for coverage. And yesterday we got a request for someone going to Disney World. So
oh my gosh.
So that's just another good thing that we do that people don't think about.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But we've had Las Vegas this summer, Disney World, the beach.
Wow.
So yeah, we love to tell that story too.
That's
so amazing.
Well, thank you again for coming on the show. And if anyone has any questions about the chamber, feel free to visit our website, bedfordareachamber.com, or you can give us a call at the office. It is 540-586-9401. And keep a lookout for the next Chamber Vibes podcast.